Yeah, this is Carl from National Library Detroit, and I'm going to walk us through your 2018 Kodiak Ultimate Model 2711 BS. Okay, so we're at the door side of the trailer towards the rear here. You can see you have a swing out grill bracket, and keep in mind that your grill has to be plugged in, so you can see right there there's a quick connect, and here is in fact the hose that you use to connect your grill. Okay. Outside refrigerator, and you got some plumbing here. You have the Lippert ground control. Let me see if I can get a better angle on this monitor here. You got a Lippert ground control self-leveling system to automatically level your trailer. You're just going to push a button. I'll show you how that works in a little bit here, and it's going to level it for you. You've got a power awning with LED strip. This is a hookup for a TV, and antenna for a TV, and power bracket, of course. This here is your vent for your range hood fan. So if you're going to use the range hood fan, you want this baffle to flap freely in here. If not, you want to push it so it's tight and it locks into place. So if you're exhausting from inside the trailer, you want that baffle to flap freely. All other times you want it closed. All right, this is your filler to fill your freshwater supply tank. So 9 times out of 10 you're going to just be using city water at your campground, at your campsite. But let's say you have a campsite that doesn't have plumbing on the campsite. You're going to fill this in advance, and some, like our state parks, will like some of the older ones will have. They won't have plumbing on the campsite, but they have a fill station when you first get in, for example. That's when you would fill it. If you're at a state forest or someplace even more secluded, you might have to fill it, you know, in advance in town or whatever. But the bottom line is, if you don't have plumbing on the campsite, you can carry water with you, and everything will work just like you have city water in the trailer. Okay. I guess I went a long way to say something simple, but okay. So this is your water heater from the outside. The thing to remember is that the switches to operate it are inside. This is your drain right here. Okay. So the rule of thumb is you never operate it unless you've got water in the tank. So you always have to make sure you got water in your water heater tank before you turn on the gas or electric. It works on either or. Also, when you winterize this trailer, you always have to bypass the water heater first, because you can't get antifreeze into the water heater tank, because it'll leave a foul taste and a bad smell. So you always bypass it first. That's something, if you don't know about bypassing and about winterizing, you might have somebody do it for you, or you might have to educate yourself. Maybe you already know, I don't know, but you have to bypass the water heater tank before you pump an antifreeze into the system. Okay. All right. This is your grill here. Okay. This is a crank. This crank, for example, will work your power tongue jack here. If you happen to have a failure on it, it stops working, you can pull this plug on the top here and use that 3/4 inch crank to crank it. Get yourself out of trouble. That back there is your grill rack. This one right here. That's where the grill hangs on. And that's on the other side. Well, I'll open that door, but that's your hitch and your sprayer and some things over there. Okay. Let me get over there. You've got 2 LP tanks, a deep cycle marine battery here. So, okay. This is your hitch here. This is a Husky centerline weight distribution hitch with built-in sway control. We'll show you how it works when you come here to pick it up. But you can always refer back to their website. And they've got hookup videos too, in case you need to refresh your memory at all. The blue sprayer is just that. It plugs into a spray port, which I'll show you. This is your dump hose, and that's a little reducer there, electrical reducer, to reduce down your cord down to 15 amps. Okay, so this is your ground control levelizing system here. You can see it says you got 13.7 volts in your battery, which means it's totally charged up, is where you want it, because this thing needs a totally charged battery to work correctly. So keep that in mind. But basically, you can auto level, but you can also scroll through this. You can see auto hitch height. Basically, it'll return the trailer to the hitch height it was the last time it was unhooked. So it'll always remember one previous hitch height. Okay, you can do it manually, so on and so forth. You push retract, obviously, and you can do that also. Okay, but we'll push auto level, or auto retract. Sorry, auto level. So now it's auto retracting. I'm having a hard time here, so bear with me. So it's going to ground first. You can see it's going down in the front here. So while this is leveling, I'll continue to show you through some stuff here. Okay. All right, you have a gray tank here. All right, keep that in mind. That's a separate gray tank. You have two gray tanks in here. Then you have a gray and a black over here. So you're going to dump the black first. You'll hook your hose on there and dump the black. The black is toilet water and waste. Okay. Then you're going to dump the gray tanks separately, or second and third, I should say. That way you can, the gray water is sinking shower water, so it'll sort of clean up the hose for you a little bit. It's not as bad as the black water, which, like I said, is toilet water and waste. So you'll do it like that. Okay. Also, after you've dumped the black, if you leave your valve open, you can come up here to the black tank flush, which is right there. You can see it says you always want to have your black tank flush valve open before you turn on the water, but you can hook a hose up there, turn around, and it'll spray the inside of your black tank out. All right. You've got a 50 amp cord for this system, as you can see. We've got to reduce down to a 30, plus you get another reducer, but keep in mind, this is pre-wired for 2 air conditioners, and it's a heavy-duty system. But as long as you're using 1 air conditioner, you can do that on 30 amps. And if you're plugging it at home and reduce it down to a 15 or 20, you can't even run 1 air conditioner. It'll pop your circuit breaker. So you can run everything else in the trailer plugged in at home to a regular, your regular household current, but it won't have enough amps to run the air conditioner. So you can see we're leveling here. It takes a while for it to go through all the steps. It'll keep analyzing it. And if you come up to the screen here back up front, it'll tell you what it's doing. It's auto leveling. Please wait. Auto level extending, analyzing now. So it'll just keep telling you what it's doing. So just so you know, it takes a little bit, especially if it's really uneven. Okay. All right. So this is your city water connection right here. I told you on the other side of the trailer, the most common way to get water is just hook it up to here. If you do that, you don't have to think about any water pump or water tank or anything. You're just going to send water straight into the system. This is just a coax Thru. You can use that for campground cable. That's where your sprayer hooks up. Your trailer's still a little dirty. We have our guys working on it, so it'll be cleaned up. Also, this housing here tells us that you're pre-wired for a backup camera. So if you want to put a backup camera there, you can. It has to be a Furrion camera that fits into that housing, so just make sure you get the right camera. Also, while we're looking up, you have to inspect your roof at least 3 times a season. So you're going to go up there, check all the sealant on the roof. You do that in the spring, do it in the fall, and then once in the middle of the summer. You're just going to basically go through it and make sure that there's no crack in your separation starting. And when you do find that, obviously it has to be taken care of. But you have to inspect your trailer. That's very important. Okay, so here we are inside. So you have a touch panel here. The default code is 0000, 4 zeros. There you have it. You can control your water pump, your water heater on both gas, electric, your interior lights. turn them all on. This is your levels for your tanks. They're all empty, of course. You can turn pages here. You have your lights, your bedroom slide out, in and out, right there. That's the one in the front, obviously. And you can scroll up. I think you can scroll, yeah. Awning lights. I guess we have to. There we go. Your awning, your dinette slide. So everything's controlled from here. Go back a page. Go back to home screen. Okay. Also, over here, this is your thermostat. So basically, you push mode once to light it up. Then you can scroll through auto, which is the fan, auto air conditioning, heat, and off. So the fan is the air conditioner running without the compressor. Cool is the air conditioner, obviously, and furnace is your furnace, of course, your propane furnace. I'm sorry, not propane. I'm sorry. Yeah, your liquid propane furnace. It runs on both gas and electricity. So the fan, motor, and the circuit board, everything, of course, is electrical, but your heat source is LP. Okay. Okay. Oh boy. So this is your radio here. Plays discs also, so you've got your disc player here. It plays CDs and DVDs. You can stream off this USB port here. You can put all your favorite albums on one USB drive and take them with you. You can hook up wirelessly with your phone or tablet using Bluetooth and stream that way. You got 2 zones for your speakers. Zone 1 is inside, Zone 2 is outside. So it does pretty much everything you need. And of course, it's run through your TV set also. You have a fireplace. The fireplace, you can change the. It runs on 110 AC, so you have to be plugged in to run it. But it's a really good space heater. You can change the appearance of your fire. You can set the fan speed low, high, and off. There's a timer, so you can do a lot with it, and it can really, if you want to conserve on your propane, you can also always run this in the morning and the evening just to take the chill out, so you don't have to use up your LP. You can save that for cooking or whatever. Okay, but it's a good thing. Also, this is your range top here. Always have the glass panel shut when you're traveling. This you just light. I don't know if he's got the gas on here. We'll find out. I don't think he does. Oh yeah, I can hear it. He just hasn't run it back here, so it'll take a minute, I think, for the gas to get back here. There we go. Let me do this again. Okay. So we're still in the process of prepping this, so give us a little bit of slack there. Why is this one not lighting? Okay. Well, that's great. So we're still prepping this, and we'll make an adjustment on your center burner here. Everything works, and if not, will be working by the time you pick it up. It is being prepped, like I said. Also, your oven. You have to have a grill lighter to light this. So down here, all the way at the back, is a pilot light. So basically, you're just going to turn this to pilot, like that. You're going to depress it and hold it in. Then you'll take the lighter and you'll light the pilot light at the back down there. After it lights, you'll still be holding this in. You'll hold it for another 10 seconds or so. You go to operating temperature. It cycles on and off. And then when you go back to off, of course the flame goes out, but so does the pilot light. So you have to light it each time. Each time you use the oven, you got to relight the pilot light. Let me leave that open so I don't forget to look into that. Okay, your microwave works like any other microwave. This is your range hood that I told you about. Remember to open the baffle on the outside. Okay. Let's look around here. Okay, over here. This device here is your power converter. It converts 110 AC down to 12 volt DC. Like here. So you just push it to open it. There we go. Okay, so you got regular 110 AC circuit breakers here, just like you would have at home, and they're all labeled. And then on this side, you've got 12 volt fuses, and they're labeled. So this is the 12 volt side of the converter. Now it's got some tinted plastic here, you can see. So if any of these were to blow, you'll actually see it glowing through this plastic here. so you'll know that a fuse is blown. This device here is your carbon monoxide and LP gas detector. It should always be green like it is, first of all. If not, you get it serviced. But basically, if it detects carbon monoxide buildup or LP gas, it'll go off. I'll set it off for you so you can hear it. Goes through 2 self-tests here. And then back to green. So it should always be green like that. If it goes off, you just take everybody outside, obviously. You shut off the gas at the front of the trailer and then figure out what's going on. Alright. Your table will collapse down into a bed, so you can put it on these cleats and fill in the space with the cushion. So you got another bed here. Your refrigerator is gas absorption, so that means it'll run on 110 AC or LP gas. Right now it's on auto. Auto means electric. The reason they call it auto is because it always seeks out electricity first. It automatically looks for electricity and uses it. If it can't find it, it'll automatically switch over to gas. And let's say you're gone for the day and you're running on electricity and you have a power failure at the campsite, it'll automatically switch over to gas so you don't spoil your food. So that's why it's called auto, but it's electric. It means electricity. You can set it dedicated to gas when you're pulling it down the road by going like that, of course. And that's off there. So the only other thing to know is that this device here is a thermistor. You can see the wire going up there. You just push that up as high as you can get it to go. The higher you go with it, the cooler it is. So generally you're going to have it up all the way. Okay. This up here is your antenna. It doesn't go up and down, it just rotates. But you can tune it in, rotating it. Okay, sink and shower work like any other sink and shower. This GFCI, all the plugs are wired through a GFCI, so even the one on the outside. So if you're using a coffee pot outside, let's say, and it pops, the GFCI, you'll reset it right here. Okay. The thing to know about the toilet, RV toilets cannot be run dry or without chemicals. So you have a foot pedal here, if you can see it. Right? So we don't have water hooked up right now, so I'll just talk you through it. Basically, you're going to come in here, you're going to put your chemical right in the toilet, whatever brand you use, right? And then you're going to step on the pedal, and water will come swirling out, of course. And when it does, you'll put about 1 gallon or 2 in the tank, that's all. There's no way to tell exactly what 1 gallon or 2 is. You just have to use common sense. Yeah, that's about 1 gallon, you know. So the bottom line, like I said, you have to have chemical and water in it to start using it. Alrighty. Also, always run your fan with the range. Or oh my God, I've been in this heat for so many days now. I'm starting to get slap happy here. I apologize. You always want to run your power vent with the shower, because you want to pull the humidity out of the trailer. Otherwise, you can get mold and mildew started. So you just want to make sure you always vent it. Okay. Alrighty. Your bedroom, self-explanatory, most of it. You got all kinds of storage, and you have drawers, and you're going to have a TV hookup here with a backer plate there, so you can hang a TV there if you choose to. You got a sliding door, so you got actually a lot of room for a RV bedroom. You got room on both sides of the bed. It's kind of nice. All right, so like I stated, you have to remember to, if you don't know about winterizing, you have to sort of educate yourself a bit. You want to actually bypass the water heater before you pump antifreeze in. Always remember that. And always remember to inspect your roof 3 times a season. That's important too. Inspect all the seals on the trailer, even the side. Any place you see caulk from the factory. Just remember, don't ever use any silicone from the hardware store. You have to get the correct stuff from an RV place. It's important. It's about the same price, maybe a couple bucks more, that's all. But you should always use the correct stuff, okay? Alright, well, thank you very much for purchasing your trailer at National RV Detroit. And make sure you have a lot of fun with it. Plan ahead. Thank you.